So you need to have a lot more active backswing. Okay? It's not just moving the club here, but your body has to kick the ground during the right leg. So have the image of moving your body a bit high. Okay? In other words, moving the right hip up. So and then you tend to have a wide stance here, and then turn like this. And then your data shows that you're sharing a similar amount of forces on both here. In other words, you're just sort of spinning here. Instead, try to stand on the right side. And your stance may be a bit too wide, but for that. So experiment a bit narrower stance. And in the backswing, when you kick the ground with the right leg here, right hip has to move up.
Okay, so there's obviously the balance between your arms doing stuff and your legs doing stuff. It seems like I think I need to get my legs doing more stuff, right? Yeah.
So you have to have a more active legs.
So how do I move the club back without my arms doing it?
So you have to move your body first. Here, from here, shift the body first and then follow the arms here. And also try to keep your hands a bit higher.
Higher?
Then with the higher hand position here, it's easier to kick. And then this will give you good shallowing here, and then using the wrist and let it go. But if you turn this way here, then generally what you will try to do is just to turn back and then try to hit hard.
Got it.
Okay. So go up here and then let it go. You have to let the wrist release like this.
Okay.
And throw the club head.
Got it.
Okay? So in a sense, you need to put less effort in this one. Currently, you're hitting too
With
hard.
my arms. Yeah, yeah. There's been a couple times in the last couple of weeks where the ball went, really straight, and I felt like I was doing nothing with my arms. I just am having a tough time replicating that.
And also, you're rushing into a downswing. It's because you don't have this right leg action here. When you have a good right leg action, have the feel of throwing everything this way, throw, and then you have to wait until this slows down. But if you just bring it up here and then come down, use the arms, and then you rush. So only when you have a good sense of push, good feel of push, okay? And then with this,
And it's got to be a push off the left leg, right? To get to the
so
right.
initially when you try to start, the left leg is more active. They will allow you to shift the body to the right a little bit. With this, the bottom line, you don't have to shift it that much, okay? So it doesn't mean that you have to reach out like this. But when this is active at the beginning and then your body shifts this way, then you will be able to use the right leg after that. With that, you kick the ground here. So you always have, you're moving your body within this triangular space here. So when you have your lower body has really active motion, but still your head is not moving that much laterally, because you are confining your body within this triangular space. Okay? So in order to do that, you have to move the pelvis to the right here, and then kick the ground with the right leg. So with this, with the kicking motion, and then the sense of throwing here, that you cannot rush down because you have to wait until this is completed. So if there's a swing coming up here, you have to wait until this is completed and then push.
Yeah.
Right?
When you say wait, it's gravity with the swing, right?
So initially,
with this swing.
Yeah. So just to give a good deceleration here, and then your body is ready to go, then you are throwing it instead of.
Yeah. So how do I break that? Yeah.
So that's why you have to use the right leg more actively.
Okay.
So in a sense, this practice is really good. This is stage 2 of the two-step swing drill, but and it takes step and then let it go. Let's take step here. Then you have to use the right leg to take this step here. The step is toward the target. So kick, and then actually you have to shift the body that way. So when you have an initial shift away, that will allow the right leg to push against the ground so that you can reverse the direction. This is the key. But if you just turn like this, you don't have much lateral acceleration or deceleration.
Okay. So I'm lacking lateral, and okay.
And then also try to keep the hands a bit higher here. Don't be afraid of bringing the hands a bit higher. We're currently working on a paper, looking at the wrist motion.
Uh-huh.
And then we classified the wrist release pattern into 5 different styles. But then some of the things, some of the styles that show a good, results, you have a higher hand position here. And then with this, as you bring the hands down here, you have opportunity to use your wrist more. So before we go back to the simulator, we'll work with these, but try to feel how to relax the wrist a little bit, to feel the release here. Okay, or almost like snapping action here, to shake off gum stuck on the head, right? So, and also the club head pad is a bit flat. Yeah, you see here, what happens is at the end, you just introduce a wrist motion and coming quickly down here. But instead, let it go and then wait until this is completed and then start throwing this instead of. This is a way to sort of create a downcocking, but it's too quick.
So I'm doing it too quick.
Yeah, at the end you have.
What should it be at the end?
At the end you have a lot of wrist motion. You see, you're dropping the club head here.
Yeah. So why is that club dropping? It's my wrist.
Because you want to create this sense of a continuous transition to the downswing, but actually it's rushed. Instead,
how do I slow that down?
Orange whip is really good for that. Because if you use the orange whip here, you have this, currently your pattern is like this, then it will give you a lot of bending here. But you have to minimize the bending here. Wait until this is completed, and then start the downswing.
Okay.
Instead of.
So I should play women's shafts.
No. Use a heavier object, like orange whip is actually really good. Okay. That's why I'm using this. But use this, and it has a reasonable flexibility here. And try to minimize bending up here. That means you have a natural slow down the wait until this. During this period, in the transition period, you're preparing for your body. You are continuously working with the ground and creating a more favorable condition for the downswing, and then you let it go. But then your body doesn't have enough time to do anything.
Okay. So the downswing is this weight shift coming from your right leg starting to go laterally back to your left. Is that how the downswing gets started?
No, the lateral motion, initiation lateral motion happens a lot earlier than the beginning of downswing.
Okay.
So about here, when the club in the backswing, when the club goes about here, you're already
going that way.
Start moving toward the target. But instead of creating intentional lateral motion, the key is using your right leg more and then give a good throw here. Wait until this is completed. And with this, you are elongating the muscles here. You have to feel the tension building in the trunk and the legs here. And then from there, let it go at once.
Okay. And with the throw, is that your arms or is that?
It has to initially to come from the body.
Okay.
But when the hands go a bit higher here, then you have a feel of layoff. Okay? From here, as the hands drops, and you still have a good opportunity to use the wrist here. You don't have to do this quickly transitioning to the downswing.
Okay. And so when you say higher with my hands.
So if this is the swing plane here, if this is a swing plane, from the ball to your midsection of your trunk here, then this is a swing plane, and they have a more deviation from the swing plane here.
Okay.
And then you're bringing this toward the swing plane. With this, you have opportunity to use the wrist here.
Okay.
Okay? But if you just go here, allow this and then quickly transitioning, then you don't have this action here. Just you have this one, but not this one here.
Okay. So can I just try to explain what you said? So if this is the swing plane right here, what you're saying is when the hands get to the top, it's better if they're on this side of the swing plane than that side of the swing plane, right?
So you go up here,
Yep.
then the club mainly stays parallel to the swing plane, but it's above the swing plane here. But in your case, you're turning around here, and you try to keep this a bit lower.
Yes.
Okay? And then for the wedge shot, it's okay to bring this behind your body here. You have a good shot, but when the club gets longer, then this becomes a problem. So in that case, go up here, and then drop the hand in front of your body, and then let the wrist go here. Okay? So bring the hands a bit higher.
Okay.
And then, so have the hands a bit higher, and also have the image of really throwing the club head toward the target. Instead of go up and then instead of pulling it down, almost a lot of people says you have an X. You try to go more this way here, to go up here, and then let it go.
Okay. So it'd be like if I was trying to throw the club as far as I could. Is that what it is?
And then, so now with the lighter one here, what you need to feel is if the hand goes a bit higher, not here, high here, drop and then let it go. Go high up here, drop and let it go. Essentially, if you only use maybe 4 fingers each or 3 each, so that you don't really use your wrist intentionally try to use the muscles to drive this. So it's a bit loose here. Then go up here and then instead of rushing here.
Okay.
So let it go and then wait until it is completed. It's okay to drop this. Let it go and then wait here and then using the whole body and throw this instead of using the upper body only.
Yes.
Okay. So you need to use the body more.
Okay.
You're already strong, however, you need to engage your leg muscles
I agree.
more. Yeah. So on the way down, you see, the elbow is kind of stuck here. The trail elbow is stuck. Go up here. Instead, let the elbow go in front of your body. So for the shorter clubs, it's okay. Particularly with the wedge, you are hitting really well with the wedge. Coming down this way and then hit the ball. But with the longer club, on the way down, let the elbow go in front of your body instead of coming this way here. Okay. In front of your body and then throw. So nothing should obstruct the motion of your arms. And then eventually the club. So the arms should move in front of your body and then go this way instead of, and then try to pull it. Okay? So allow the freer arm motion with the longer clubs. And then this is the rear view. You see, your elbow is completely behind your body.
The right elbow?
With this position, naturally you're coming down this way here. Bring the elbow a bit higher here, bring the hands a bit higher here.
Okay, so is that something that I'm going to actively be thinking about, you think, with the hands?
If you just set the target position for your hand, so currently you're going here.
Yeah, currently I'm trying to like have a rotation like this.
here, and then also at the end, you're giving a lot of wrist motion here.
Yeah.
And then coming down like this. Instead, throw and then keep the hands a bit higher here so that this doesn't go too far behind your body, or going a bit more laterally here. Here, when you start from this position and then bring this down here, nothing will obstruct the motion of the arms.
Okay.
So the elbow will clear the body.
Okay.
Okay. And then with this, just to throw the club head.
Okay.
So currently it's going behind you about too far.
Yes.
With this, you're coming down this way here.
Yes.
Shorter clubs are okay, but the longer clubs,
Yeah.
it causes
Yeah,
some
that's my,
issues.
Yeah, my issues with anything.
And also, if you look at the club head motion in the downswing here, because you go up here and you are pulling this handle down, the club head moves away from your body. So instead, go high up and then moving the body and then just drop this and then let it go. Instead of go up here and then by pulling this down, the club head goes away from your body.
Okay.
So it's then if the club head moves away from your body early, in terms of the wrist motion, it's not ideal motion.
Yep.
Okay? That's the paper we're currently working on. So, and then look at your foot here. Because you cannot stand on the leader side here.
Yeah, so I'm rotating out like that, yes. Yeah, it's a lot easier for me to stand up on my wedges. Yeah.
So essentially what should happen is you have to stand on your right side, right leg here in the backswing here, keep it a bit higher. And in the downswing also by throwing this and then eventually stand on the leader side instead of so you're spinning too much.
Okay.
So try to have a bit higher hand position here. So instead of going backward here, bring it high here.